The NHL has over 700 active players, so there are bound to be some who underperform. However, when a good player flies under the radar for a whole season, it can be detrimental to his team and his reputation. Today, we're going to go over the top 5 players who need to bounce back next year. Fifth on our list is the Columbus Blue Jackets center, Brandon Dubinsky. Dubinsky's 32 years old, so he is older than many players in the league, but his point production has dropped hard. He definitely isn't a 50-point player anymore, but he put up 48 points and 41 points in the 15-16 season and the 16-17 season, so he still has game. Last season though, Brandon Dubinsky only scored 6 goals and 10 assists for 16 total points. Sure, he missed 20 games, but 16 points in 62 games is not cutting it. In the 14-15 season, he put up 36 points in 47 games, so more than 30 points should have been expected for Dubinsky last season. The NHL is a young league, and Dubinsky is aging. Maybe he can't bounce back to 40 points, but Brandon Dubinsky needs to make some more noise next season. Matt Duchene being traded to the Ottawa Senators looked like a good deal at first, but it was the start of the tire fire we know today. Matt Duchene put up 23 goals and 26 assists last season in 68 games played. Sure, that's not bad, and he was on a struggling Ottawa Senators team, but if Matt Duchene wants to be a winner, he needs to step it up. Duchene has put up 70 points in 71 games once, which was a career high, but could be done again with the right surrounding players, which Ottawa doesn't seem to have right now. Matt Duchene has hit 50 points multiple times in his career, so if he could score 50 to 60 points next season, he could be a bright spot on an aimless team like Ottawa. The only defenseman on our list is the third player on this list, Nikita Zaitsev of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Zaitsev has only played 2 seasons in the NHL, so this could be his regular production level. However, in Zaitsev's first year in the NHL, he produced 4 goals and 32 assists for 36 points in a full season, which was good for a rookie coming all the way from Russia. Last year, he scored 5 goals and 8 assists for 13 points in 60 games, which is a huge step down. Because Zaitsev is still new in this league, he hasn't proven any consistency, which isn't good from any standpoint. Because the Leafs are a weaker team on the blue line, having Zaitsev as a force in the back is reassuring, but as a Leafs fan, I could tell you that Zaitsev definitely was not that last year, and he needs to come back much better. When Chicago traded Artemi Panarin to the Blue Jackets to get back Brandon Saad, me and a lot of people were left scratching our heads, wondering why in the world Chicago would give away one of their best players for a player who puts up way lower point totals. In the 2 seasons he played with the Blue Jackets, Saad registered 53 points both years. Last season with the Blackhawks, Saad registered only 35 points, which was a sharp decrease from his 3 consecutive 50-point seasons. Chicago wasn't as good of a team as they usually are last season, so this could be a contributing factor, but if the Blackhawks want to turn it around, they need to start with their leaders, and Brandon Saad, who they traded a Calder Trophy winner for, was not the player he was expected or needed to be. If Saad and the other Blackhawks can bounce back, the Blackhawks could easily be back in the playoffs next season, and that would be good for them. The player who I think needs to have a bounce back season the most next year is Montreal's captain Max Pacioretty. Pacioretty has had 5 60-point seasons throughout his career, so he's expected to perform. Last season, Max Pacioretty only had 37 points in 64 games. As the leader of a struggling Canadian squad, Pacioretty needs to bounce back to better the team culture in Montreal. How are players going to perform well if their captain isn't performing well and leading by example? The Canadiens didn't have a solid centerman, so that could have been a reason why Max Pacioretty underperformed. If the Canadiens can make the right moves in the offseason, they could fix a team that seems to be falling apart, and this would ultimately help Max Pacioretty score more points. If he's not traded, that is. Was my list accurate? Did I miss a player? Tell me what you thought in the comment section below, and tell me video suggestions for the future. Give this video a like, and subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content, and make sure to go check out my other top 10s and top 5s too. Check out my Instagram and Twitter pages to stay up to date with the channel. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.